After Lulu lost her handler on the battlefield, she completely changed. From that moment on, her personality took a drastic turn. She became violent and unpredictable, and none of the soldiers dared to get close to her except me, an old veteran who never believed the rumors. The moment I approached her, Lulu immediately sat upright at attention. I cautiously walked closer, crouched down, and reached out to pet her. Seeing how unusually calm she was, I slowly lowered my guard as well. But just as I turned around, ready to show off to the others, Lulu suddenly pounced on me. She was a military working dog about to retire. I received orders to escort her more than 1,000 kilometers away to attend her handler's funeral. I really didn't want the assignment, but when I heard that completing it could earn me a transfer to a better unit, I eventually agreed. That was how the long journey began. Along the way, I kept talking to Lulu, trying to build trust and calm her down, but she completely ignored me. She stayed inside the metal cage the entire time, restless and highly alert. To relieve some stress, I stopped by a shooting range halfway through the trip, but the sound of gunfire only made Lulu even more agitated. Before long, she actually ripped the metal cage apart. By the time I returned to the vehicle, the back seat had already been completely destroyed. I was furious, but I didn't dare open the door. After all, Lulu was a combat-trained military dog. If she bit me, the consequences would be serious. Then I came up with an idea. I stuffed a tranquilizer into a sausage and tossed it into the car. Not long after, Lulu fell completely unconscious. The next day, Lulu seemed much calmer. But before long, it was like something had triggered her again. She suddenly became frantic, pacing wildly inside the car and desperately struggling against her restraints. When I turned around to check on her, I nearly crashed head-on into another vehicle. Still shaken, I immediately pulled over to the side of the road. At that exact moment, Lulu suddenly leaped out through the rear window and sprinted deep into the forest. I quickly jumped out and chased after her. Lulu moved rapidly through the woods while I followed closely behind, but the mountain path was steep and slippery, and before long, she disappeared completely from sight. By the time I finally climbed to the top of the hill, Lulu was nowhere to be seen. I kept shouting her name while searching the area around me. Then I spotted a leaf on the ground stained with blood. A terrible feeling instantly washed over me. Right after that, I heard Lulu barking somewhere deep in the forest. Following the sound, I arrived at an old abandoned cabin. Quietly calling Lulu's name, I slowly stepped inside. Bloodstains covered the floor. Carefully, I moved toward the back of the cabin. Suddenly, a tranquilizer dart shot straight into my butt. Terrified, I yanked the dart out and quickly spun around, but there was nobody behind me. Staggering toward the back door, my vision suddenly went black. The next second, I collapsed heavily onto the ground.